Hi, good morning to everyone. So we warmly welcome you to our FP Live series. And so today we have the IT faculty members joining from Kaplan Business School. So I'll first of all introduce Gobi. So he's the regional director, and also Dr. Dero. So he's the academic director who will be joining us for the session. So over to you, Gobi and Dr. Dero.
Thank you, Chalini. Let me start by sharing the slides first. Excellent. So those who are meeting us for the first time virtually, my name is Gobi Muthusamy, one of the regional directors of Kaplan Business School looking after South Asia. And we have joined today Dr. Juro Milkovic, who is our academic director from Kaplan Business School, as Chalini indicated earlier. Both of us will be doing today's session, and we would love to get some questions as well, if there are any. But we'll go through all the details of our IT courses. Just to mention also, we have numerous other courses that we offer in the business areas, but today we'll be focusing only on IT courses. Kaplan Business School is part of Kaplan Inc., one of the largest education providers in the world. Let me go to the next slide. One of the largest education providers in the world. Around the globe, we have coverage in 400 locations in 30 countries. We also recruit more than 1 million students every year. That's around Kaplan Global Network. So it's one of the largest education providers that we'll be studying with. And it's also part of Graham Holdings, which was known as Washington Post Company previously. You may recall Washington Post Company. It's within the same network. But Kaplan Business School, if you are looking to study with us, in this slide, you will see numerous benefits of studying. But if you can remember these two things, that will be very helpful. These are things that you can look forward to when you come into Kaplan Business School. One of which is the student support. We offer one of the outstanding student support services at Kaplan Business School. We offer a very attentive and nurturing support, be it administrative support, be it academic support. We offer a support that is one-on-one. We offer support that is very nurturing. If you know Quilt survey, if you have access to Quilt, which is quality indicator for learning and teaching, we are above every single public university in the metrics of student support. You may recall, if you haven't, if you do a research on Pioneer Awards or PI Awards, which is a globally renowned awards, we won the award for student support. So that's how good we are when it comes to student support. That's one. Second one is the quality of education that you'll be getting from Kaplan Business School as well. I mentioned about Quilt survey earlier. For quality of education, again, we are above every single public university when it comes to three areas. One is, of course, the student support that I mentioned, also the teacher quality, as well as overall academic experience that you will be getting. So we are above every single public university in quality of teaching as well. So these are the two things, if you can remember. We offer numerous other benefits as well, such as lifetime learning guarantee, which means if you complete a program with us, we'll say you have completed a Master of IT or Bachelor of IT. And if you want to come and learn a particular subject, suppose you have got a job in IT and now you want to learn something that is in our courses, you want to learn a subject, a unit, you can come back and learn with us completely free of charge, lifetime. And these are some of the benefits that we offer at Kaplan Business School, not only in the area of the learning guarantee that we offer, we also offer similar when it comes to career support as well. You can come and always obtain support from our careers team as well. These are some of the ranking and awards. If you go into our website, you will get more information with regards to some of the awards that we have won. Pioneer Awards that I mentioned earlier for student support that we won in 2021. Other than that, we have numerous other awards that we have been recognized not only in Australia, but also globally. But one that is very important for us, that's closer to that we highly regard, is the quality indicator for learning and teaching. This is basically what students tell about Kaplan Business School. How do they perceive Kaplan Business School? And according to the student ratings, as I mentioned earlier, we are doing exceptionally well above every single public university in the area of education experience, teacher quality, and student support. I'll pass this on to Dr. Juro to go through the Academic Success Center.
Sure. Thank you very much, Gobi. Just to highlight some of the more specific features that Gobi mentioned. So we have a dedicated success center for students to have one-on-one support. So they can arrange it whether in person or online. And what this service offers them is both assignment help and language help. And this is something that's really useful for students to ensure that they're doing the right things when it comes to their academic assessment. For example, we understand that when it comes to academic integrity, to ensure that there is proper referencing, proper research methodologies in place in the assessments, we know that some students may feel overwhelmed, so there is that support available for students to be offered, which is something in addition to the academic support that's already offered in their respective subjects. Next slide, please. Yeah. Right. So, in addition to this, we understand that students want to have an outcome during and also after their core studies with us. So, what we also offer is a dedicated team, which we refer to as Career Central, where it's the students' gateway for career services, workshops, events, and employment opportunities. So this is also not just available to our current students, but also available to our alumni throughout their entire career for free, similarly to how we also offer that lifetime long guarantee. This service is offered for free for lifetime. And particularly where I would see benefit is particularly when a student would like, or a graduate would like to have their resume or cover letter checked in anticipation for a particular job that they're applying for, or even interview preparations or other opportunities when it comes to networking and also internship and work placements. So this is something that we will touch upon later in the presentation, specifically to do with the internships and work placements, how we embed in our course structures. With the Careers Central, this is something that we pride ourselves when it comes to the various awards. This is why when it comes to the student support and satisfaction of teaching, we are recognized for that. In addition, what's also impressive is 2 in 5 students placed in our academic internship were offered ongoing paid employment. And just to add furthermore, it's not the other 3 out of 5 weren't successful. It's that they found other opportunities or looking for something else. And most recently, for our recent trimester, we were 100% recommended by students in those internships. So this speaks volume when it comes to those dedicated Career Central team support.
I'll take over this particular slide.
Sure.
We have number of locations that we have campuses in. We have 5 locations, as you can see in this slide. One of the benefits of having 5 locations and offering all of our courses in all of our locations is that the students can undertake their studies in one location. And suppose they are not satisfied in that location, if they go to Melbourne and they find out that Melbourne is a little cold and prefer to go into Brisbane, they can do that as well after the trimester. And they can do the same thing with Sydney, Melbourne, and Perth and Adelaide as well. So they can move from one trimester, one location to the other after the trimester. It's a fantastic benefit that we offer to our students. Where do our students come from? If you really look at this particular pie chart, it gives a indication as to where most of our students come from. We have more than 83 nationalities studying with us. That's 83 nationalities studying with us, larger than that. And having a diverse nationality pool of students in our classrooms enriches, gives that kind of experience for our students to learn from different cultures and background where the students come from, and the contribution that they make in the classroom too. And when you look at a pie chart like that, this is not really replicated by most of the other providers, where you would see most of the other providers may have nationalities of 1, 2, or 3 dominating in the classroom, whereas we have more than 83 nationalities and having a diverse pool of nationalities studying in our classroom. So this is one of the major advantages that we have. And when you come to study at Kaplan Business School. Jiro?
Sure. So one interesting question we need to always ask before even discussing about IT courses or IT degrees is, why would you like to choose an IT career to begin with? Now, here in Australia and globally, there is a high demand for flexible ways of working and ensuring that we meet the latest digital advancements for our high technology skills. So when we looked at this, we understood that our KBS IT courses must be designed to meet the skill shortages that we are experiencing, not just here in Australia, but also globally. What's more concerning, in my view, is that Australia will need an additional 650,000 technology workers by 2030 to meet the 2030 targets. And the concerning aspect of this is that only 7,000 IT students graduate with a form of qualification each year. But there is a huge demand when it comes to the jobs and careers, which equates to 60,000 jobs needed for the current demand to meet and address those shortages. So in the next slide, I believe will be a message by our academic team. Gobi, you might need to share sound.
I'm having a technical issue with this particular slide.
Sure.
Jiro,
So that this slide will be addressing the slides that come, so we can transition to next slides then. Because the aspects that's discussed in the video will dissect it throughout the slides. So why you would choose the KBS is when it comes to not just our IT courses, but when it comes to all of our courses, we have no exams, no lectures, and no prescribed textbooks. What we instead have is interactive workshops. So we have workshops that are led by industry related practitioners and facilitators who ensure that our outcomes are relevant to a job related situation. In that regard, we also ensure that our assignments are practical and job related for the current and future industry requirements. We also have engaging multimedia resources and various other techniques. As I've covered, we recruit teaching staff that are direct from the industry. And what we also do in our pedagogy philosophy is we ensure that all group assessments are completed in class so that there is no requirements to be done outside of the classroom. And this is something that we can achieve because our interactive workshops run 3 hours every week for 12 weeks in duration. Next slide, please. So in this presentation, we will highlight 3 of our 6 courses. So the first being is our undergraduate course, which is the Bachelor of Information Technology. The typical standard duration is 3 years over a 24 subject period. The structure is as follows. Those 24 subjects need to be completed to have the Bachelor of Information Technology conferred. So 10 of those subjects are core. Now, this is where it may get tricky because there are different levels and options available for students to choose their own paths when it comes to electives. For example, the students can choose level 200 for IT electives and level 200 IT or business electives. Likewise, students can choose level 300, 3 IT electives, and level 300, 2 IT or business electives. And finally, they can choose any of the levels, whether it's 100, 200, 300, but it needs to be for IT or business electives. So the benefit of this is the student has that flexibility not to be forced to do a, let's say, IT-centric degree. If they would like to, they can combine both our business and IT in their electives options. So the second course that we will highlight is our Master of Information Technology, specifically by extension. The typical duration is 2 years over a 15 subject period. The structure has 2 pathways. One pathway is without a specialization. In this particular course, out of those 15 subjects, 9 are core, 4 are IT electives, and 2 are MBA electives. In the second pathway, we have with a particular specialization. We will discuss this in the following slides, but there are 4 specializations to choose from. If you choose a pathway with a specialization, on the previous slide, so there are 9 core subjects. To have that specialization, 3 of those directed specialization subjects have to be selected. And finally, the student has 1 IT elective and 2 MBA electives to complete their degree. In the last course that we are highlighting here in this presentation is the Master of Information Technology. This is a 1 year and 8 months, so this is not the full 2 years. It's the 12 subjects. And this one is similarly to the previous one. It has with a specialization and without a specialization. If it's without a specialization, 12 of those subjects are, 9 of those 12 subjects are core and 3 are IT electives. Likewise, with a specialization, there is no room for IT electives because the three subjects that remain are the subjects that are required to attain that specialization. So we were discussing about the the IT specializations. So if you select a particular specialization out of the 4, which are the analytics, web and mobile development, cybersecurity, and programming, you will have that major for the postgraduate courses. Now, you aren't required to select any of the 4 specializations. If you do select without a specialization, which is completely fine, that is a general degree, and this is something that is also required in the industry that we were also discussing when it comes to job-related outcomes. Now, the reason why you would choose a specialization is if you have a particular interest or knowledge or passion to go down that pathway, you are definitely encouraged to select a specialization. But if you don't know or aren't sure, it is okay to select a general degree without a specialization. In all of our courses, we ensure that we require our students to have something called a bring your own device, or BYOD. Now, this is a fancy name. It is generally a laptop, but because there are different terminologies, different names, we would like to not limit it just to a laptop. But essentially, the idea is that this device has to be portable so that you can not just carry it to your classrooms, but also utilize it when you're studying at your home. So we have provided this advice on our website, but these are the specifications that we require our students to have, because we utilize applications that will require this capacities and specifications. So this is guidance. And look, if you don't, if you feel intimidated that you don't understand what this means to you, we offer further support. So feel free to reach out and we can further explain if required.
Thank you, Dr. Julo. I'll go through the academic and entry requirements. This is something that you might find might differ from what's on our website. The reason is due to GTE. We have a higher entry requirements for Sri Lankan students to come and study with us in our IT programs. So let me cover the undergraduate, and then I'll go through the postgraduate options as well. So undergraduate, for Bachelor of IT programs, Bachelor of Information Technology, what we require is GCE A-levels or equivalent. What we require is 3 Cs, 3 credit passes, and it should also cover a credit in maths or IT subjects. But if you are a commerce student who do not have a IT or maths subjects as an elective, unfortunately, you will not fulfill the entry requirement to get into this course. In that case, what you may have to do is to do a short IT course to show that you have some interest in studying IT. Or if you do not have GCE A-levels, then of course you can undertake a foundation program in IT with an academic average of 65%, and that's the academic requirement. For the English entry requirement, what we require are one of these two. One is IELTS or PTE, IELTS 6.0, speaking and writing 6.0, 5.5 in listening reading. PTE, however, we require 50, speaking and writing 50, as well as 45 in listening and reading. And the English entry requirement for undergraduate and postgraduate remains the same. For postgraduate academic requirement, What we require is a bachelor degree, Australian equivalent, with a minimum of 55% academic average or 2.6 GPA or CGPA out of 4 is what we require. If you do not have an Australian equivalent bachelor degree, if you only have an advanced diploma, then we would need 2 years relevant work experience or IT relevant work experience to get into this course. Again, as I mentioned earlier, Bachelor of IT and Master of IT, English requirements remain the same. The important dates, of course, we have passed our trimester 1. The last date of all enrollment was yesterday. So that is no longer, but we are accepting applications in our July and September and November intakes. The July intake orientations are from the 3rd to 7th of July, and the start date is 17th of July. So we still have plenty of time for July intake. The September intake for those offshore students coming out of Sri Lanka, I would try and avoid this intake and go into trimester 3. Trimester 2X, we call it trimester 2 accelerated, is an accelerated intake. So we suggest students who are coming from outside of Australia, such as Sri Lankan students in Sri Lanka coming to study with us, look at July intake and November intake, these two intakes coming up very soon. The international fees for 2023 is what you can see here. Now, these are the full list of courses that we offer at Kaplan Business School. As you may have noticed, we only covered the IT subjects or IT courses, but the full list is available on our website as well. So the cost of a bachelor degree per year is around $20,000, as you can see. Cost of master's program is between $23,000 to $25,500, between that range. But go to our website, you will get more details of our cost of our courses, or talk to one of the counselors at IDP. They will be able to work out the cost details for you. We also have attractive scholarship options available, one of which is High Achiever Scholarship, which is a 20% scholarship. Those students who have graduated out of top 500 QS ranking universities, if they get 75% academic average and above, they'll be eligible for a 20% scholarship. We also have International Student Scholarship, which requires 65% academic average from a local university. That will be equivalent to 10% scholarship. That is for the duration of the course. We also have other scholarship options available, such as Alumni Scholarship for our own students who graduate out of KBS and wanting to do another course, or Dean's Award is also available. But again, more information, go to our website. You'll have list of other options available as well, or talk to the counselor at IDP Education. How do we apply to study at Kaplan? It's a very simple process, but it can be quite complicated. So we suggest all students who apply to study at Kaplan Business School to go through IDP and talk to one of the counselors. They will help you with the application, the whole application process, including GTE process as well. I'll skip this slide because I've covered the size of Kaplan overall. These are some of the pathway options available in Australia, but in the interest of time, I'll finish off the presentation for today. Charuni, if there are any questions, we are more than happy for us to stay back and answer any of them.
Hi, thank you so much, Gobi and Dr. Juro. So actually, we've not got questions at the moment, but definitely if something comes up, so then we'll just help other students, and plus we'll come back to your Gobis as usual we do. So thank you so much for attending the session and giving so much of information about the IT programs and overall about Kaplan Business School. So that would be really helpful for all students who's looking forward to enroll. So thanks again, Gopi and Dr. Juro for joining with us for the session today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us, Shalini.
All right. Have a nice day.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Bye for now.